All right, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out every week to prophesy the Holy Bible, all right, to wake up the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You're the true biblical Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
All right, and we out here to give warning to you, okay? Because the Heavenly Father, all right, His name is Yahweh, and His Son's name is Yahweh Shah. He sent us out here to come out to wake you up out of your sleep, all right? Because you're in a spiritual slumber right now. Okay, so before we begin, we want to give all the praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Baharakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone that taught us this truth. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, preaching this gospel of sincerity and truth. All right? Eventually, you know, this is a Super Bowl Sunday, you know, so you already know these people out here, they're in gross darkness. All right, it's a lot of demons out here. All right, people, they eventually distracted with the bread and circuses of the modern day Roman Empire, man. All right, the Super Bowls today, you know, you got people they walking around with they little jerseys, you know, Tom Brady jerseys, you know what I'm saying? Eagles jerseys. All right, people getting ready to get drunk, you know, toss they Bud Light up, toast shots back, you know what I'm saying? Get wasted. All right, dip they hot wings in that ranch, that blue cheese dressing and shit, man. This is all the works of darkness, man. And the scriptures tell you, give me Luke, the 21st chapter, and start like around the 34th verse.
Luke 21 and 34.
Because right now, a lot of our people, which we're only out here for you, all right, we're out here to wake you up, okay? We're out here to tell you that the day of the Lord is near, man. War is on the brink. World War III is getting ready to happen. But your mind ain't set upon that because you're going away after folly. All you worrying about is entertainment, man. Pizza and wings. All right, bread and circuses, man. Men throwing around a pigskin, a ball. All right, which football goes back to a really brutal custom that the so-called white man started. All right. The so-called white man, the brutal, hostile things that he used to do to you, he used to make them as a sport. He turned them into sport. And now he got you niggas participating. Okay? You don't even know where football goes back to, man.
You don't even realize that these NFL drafts and NBA drafts and whatever else is just modern day auctioning blocks for you slaves.
They're combines, because what do they have you doing? They got you preparing, well basically they got you running, they got you jumping, they got you doing all the things to basically see how worth you are, your worth, you know, much like what they used to do on the auction blocks. They check the teeth, you know, check the mouth, make sure there's no big scars, make sure you're not sick nowhere, make sure nothing is basically infected, you know, and then that basically how you do physical things too. Oh, they go up to the slave and be like, yeah, this slave looks like he could lift a lot of wood for me. Much like what y'all do, but much like what Esau do, he said, "Oh yeah, this nigga could block for my quarterback."
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. It's just correlated.
Yeah.
Chase chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, these niggas are all bought and paid for. They own, man. Esau owns these niggas, and basically he used you niggas for his entertainment. All right, so our people, they're basically their mind is fixated on you know, bread and circuses, but they're not focused on the real important aspects of the matter. Your salvation is at hand.
Right.
The land of your captivity is going down. All right, we're not supposed to be having our minds set on you know, the pleasures of our flesh right now. Getting drunk, you know, watching the Super Bowl and having your mind and energy towards that, man. Let's get what the word said. Let's get that.
It's Luke 21 and 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness.
And that's exactly what y'all getting ready to do tonight. You're finna get drunk, wild out, all right? Some of these people, because they worship these football teams, they're gonna be getting into fights and stuff like that. It's gonna be brawls in these different casinos or these different clubs and bars and stuff like that over what team lost, you know? This whole
bets?
Yeah, all that shit, man. People might be getting killed over money bets. People gonna be losing their because you know people be putting their whole shit on the line for these damn teams. You know, so some people gonna lose their homes over this folly, man. You know, this place is off, man.
Folly is set.
Folly is set in great dignity, man. But read that again.
It's Luke 21:34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with suffering. Surfeiting.
Yeah, surfeiting is basically getting into the access of wine. When you're overindulged and getting drunk, you drinking liquor after liquor after liquor.
Shots.
Taking just shots after shot because you feeling yourself. You get that pleasure of being buzzed, but then it's not enough, so you just keep going to the next level. But that's what these people do. And they find reasons to do it, which these different like partying and clubbing, celebrations, that's their justification of them doing it. You know, that's what goes on in every party, every club, all right? Especially when they have something to do with entertainment, man. If you turn in to serve the Lord, that side of you is supposed to pass away. All right, because through these different acts that these people are, because basically this is an act of darkness, and as long as you're in darkness, you can't see what's happening out there, man. Okay, but if you're actually returning back to the Lord and you're sober, you're spiritually sober. This is that day of the Lord is not going to take you as a thief in the night, man. Okay, you're going to be actually on your watch. You're going to be watching. You're going to be paying attention to what's going on over there in the Middle East. You're going to be paying attention to the signs that the Lord said would happen. Signs in the moon and the sun. The upwards of the people in the world. Earthquakes happening in diverse places. When are you going to have room to even acknowledge or even be able to have your mind on these things if you're so busy getting drunk and partaking in the darkness of this world, man?
Does that mean that if brothers don't have anything to do today, like they went out and taught yesterday or whatever other day, that they can't sit back and catch the game for entertainment? Yeah, but they're not like these other people out here that putting their whole life. They got all the jerseys, they got the socks, they pillow at night, got it. They sleep with a football, they ain't never played football in their life. They bought a new TV to watch the game.
Know all the stats.
Yeah, know all the stats and whatever else, nachos and whatever else. Brothers ain't into that. We'll catch games, if we have a moment to catch it. But if we come between doing the work, when brothers say in the middle of the game at halftime, when everybody want to watch, we said let's do a lesson. You think brothers would let's wait till after the game? No, they gonna cut the fucking TV off and put the word out.
That's right.
That's the difference. You guys can't be glued away to go to the bathroom long enough.
Yep. That's right, man. Yeah, go ahead and finish that.
It's Luke 21:34. It says, in drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares.
And so that day come upon you unawares, because the Lord said he's going to come like a thief in the night, man.
Right.
All right? Because the Lord can catch you while you're in this spirit that you're in right now. All right? And that, proud, all right, boastful, you in the lust of your flesh, or you in idol worship, because you worship these teams. Okay? Your mind is really fixated on this one event. You're not worrying about, the spiritual things, man.
If I may say, bro, it's like every scope of the world is on America right now in a negative way. They're not looking at them like they used to, like in beholding the greatness of America. No, they're looking at America like we hate you. We're waiting on the opportunity to get you. And if you knew that, you, as a country, you would be preparing yourself to defend against that, or at least to oppose that. But you guys are just waiting. And there's sheep that don't know what's going on. There's wolves surrounding you. Yeah.
It's 35. For as a snare shall it come upon all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth.
A snare is a trap.
Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
So that's what we're supposed to be doing, man. We're supposed to be watching as well as praying. Watching for what? For the prophecies. Okay? And we're supposed to be out here prophesying as we watch for it. That's how we're supposed to alert our people. We're watchmen to Jerusalem.
Yep.
Okay, we're supposed to be alerting them and telling them, hey man, these things that you see happening in the world, the Lord spoke of this since the beginning. And when they hear this, our people are supposed to tremble. They're supposed to fear.
That's right.
Okay? And once they hear, they're supposed to be fully persuaded in their own mind of how they're going to come in and serve the Lord.
Yep.
Okay? But that's the spirit that we're supposed to be in, man. We're not supposed to be in the spirit of drunkenness, the cares of this life, because that's what the world is in, man. Give me Romans 13. You know?
This is Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is the high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Yeah, that day is drawing near. It's getting closer than we believe. Why do you think these devils are pushing the doomsday clock 2 minutes closer to midnight, man?
Which means Cinderella time, man. She go back to lowly peasant, man. Yeah. Cinderella in America.
Yeah, because once that hand reach to that 12, hey, that's the day that you're gonna be destroyed.
That's right.
Because that's the day of the Lord's judgment, man. That day is getting closer, and you people ain't paying attention because you too distracted. If you ain't worrying about the Grammys, you worrying about the Super Bowl. If you ain't worrying about the Super Bowl, you worrying about the All-Star.
World Series,
You worrying about the World Series.
BET Awards.
You know,
March Madness.
March Madness, spring break.
Can't wait for
Holidays.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
So you get drunk again.
Valentine's.
Yeah, Valentine's, you and your girl going on vacation.
yeah, man.
I got one I do with that.
Yeah, man. So now is the time to awake out of sleep. Because right now, if you're still in gross darkness, really you're dead. They say sleep is what? The cousin of death, right? Our people, they're sleeping, man.
Right.
Okay? You're supposed to be paying attention to what the Lord said, what happened in these last days, man.
Right.
Ain't nothing good coming to America. Okay? You people think that going back to the beginning of the month, that you had these New Year resolutions, you know, that you thought you was gonna fulfill. Hey, man, the moment after that, you start getting all these nuclear scares, man.
Yeah.
All right, alerts, false alerts of a nuclear missile going off, man. So you people really ain't sure if you got an actual future, man. And really, to be quite frank with you, you don't have a future, man.
Right.
America doesn't have a good future ahead of it. Its destiny is nuclear fire, man.
That's right.
Okay? So right now, knowing that, hey man, our people, we supposed to wake the hell up. But really, it's already written that only the elect are going to wake up.
Right.
2/3 of our own people, they're going to remain in the congregation of the dead, along with the rest of these heathens out here, man.
Right.
All right? You're going to die with the uncircumcised, man. So that's why we out here to wake up the elect, man. Now is the time for you to wake out of sleep, for our salvation is nearer than we believe, man. Continue that.
Let's continue in Luke.
No,
Let's continue in Romans 13 and 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
Let us cast off the works of darkness. And it's getting ready to break it down what the works of darkness is, man. Go ahead.
And let us put on the armor of light.
Which is what? This truth. This knowledge right here, man. This is our light right here. Which Yahweh Shai was the embodiment of this word.
Right.
He's our light. Come back to him, man. Okay? And once you come into the light and be enlightened, you shine a light on the rest of our people that are in darkness, man.
Right.
That's what we're out here to do. Continue on.
Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting.
Not in rioting. What is rioting? Somebody look that up real quick. Because that's what you're going to be doing later on. All right? As soon as you get that liquor in you, after you done, ate your hot dogs and, dipped your buffalo wings in the ranch, you're going to be taking them shots back. You're going to be drinking all those Budweisers, those Bud Lights. All right, and you're gonna get that liquid courage. You people gonna be out here acting a goddamn idiot, man. A lot of drunk drivers gonna be out tonight.
Done.
It's gonna be a lot of demons on you people now, man. You know? Get that?
It says riot. Just Google the definition of riot. It says take part in a violent public disturbance, and just any public disturbance. That doesn't have to necessarily be violent, right? It says rampage, go on the rampage, run riot, fight in the streets, run wild, run amok, go berserk.
Hey, don't they run wild when whichever team wins the Super Bowl and the NFL, they teams take it to the streets. The fanatics of those teams, they go out there and they go buck wild. You know what I mean? They go out there and they, start setting shit on fire, or the fans get the clash and they start having fights, and it turns into a big ass brawl, and a riot ensues. That happens almost every year, man. Same thing with the NBA. You know, they do the same shit, man. Those are the works of darkness that the scriptures talk about. If you can't say that you're enlightened of the world of the Lord, and that you're in this truth, you're a new creature in Yahweh Shai, if you out there partaking in these demonic ass activities, man. All right, you're not going to associate yourself with that energy, man. You're going to actually rebuke that energy, man.
That's right.
It says behave in an unrestrained way. Right? Behave in an unrestrained way. To act in a dissipated way.
Yep.
Basically, that means gather together with lawlessness and disruption.
Yep.
Whether you're just being loud and drunk and stumbling all over the place, you have no order about yourself.
Yeah.
But that's what these people do. The winners of this game are probably gonna run around and hop and dance and scream and run and for what? For what? You ain't on the team. You ain't getting the ring. You ain't getting the trophy. You know.
I got it in the blue letter. The word is G2970, Kamos. It says a revel or reveling.
How you spell Kamos?
K-O with the little asterisk over, I believe. M-O-S. K-O.
It sounded like commotion.
Yeah.
I think that's where the word commotion derives from. But anyway.
It says nocturnal being active at night, which is exactly what they do when they parade through the streets. It says a nocturnal and riotous procession of half-drunken and frolicsome fellows who after supper
frolicsome fellows, right?
Parade through the streets with torches and music in honor of Bacchus or some other deity.
Yep.
You know, and it's like it is a deity because they're giving all this energy into the NFL.
To the spirit of unruly, of being just sexually deviant and disrupt, going out doing whatever sexually, drinking to access to where they lose their mind, these spirits and demons hop on them, to where they're inviting the crazy music and everything else.
Okay. It says, and sing and play before houses of male and female friends. And when whoever wins, they always sing the song, "We Are the Champions," right?
Yeah.
It says, and play before houses of male and female friends, hence used generally of feast and drinking parties that are protracted.
That's all you having today.
God.
That's all you having today.
God.
You just walk past them, coming through the casino.
God.
Okay, they got the balloons out, got these little banners out, you know what I'm saying? They barricaded it so people can get in. They more than likely got to pay hundreds of dollars to get in. You know what I'm saying? They probably gonna have that special, when you could just toss drinks back all night. You know what I'm saying? To where Esau got to beef up the security.
Yep.
Because we know how you people get, man. You know? But see, only you people are in that spirit. They're not in this spirit down in South America right now. They're not in the spirit over there in Yemen right now. Over there in Syria right now. Over there in Turkey right now. Over in Iran right now. They're not in that spirit, man. Okay? They're worried about war with America right now. Okay? That's how you know this is Rome. This is Rome again, man. Celebrating a Roman custom.
I was just gonna say, while they're at the Coliseum and we're eating bread and circus and wings and whatever else, watching the contest, the meaningless contest, right? The Roman military was out doing what? Pillaging the earth, conquering the earth. Well, that's going on today. America's out there, got their hand in everywhere, to where the rest of these nations is ready to go clash with America. America, they talk about, Obama talking about bringing everybody home. Hey, Trump didn't even talk about that. I didn't even hear him talking about bringing nobody home in his speeches, pre-presidential speeches. Because he knows they gotta keep sending these people out there to defend America. Because the eye of the target is on America's back, and it's gonna be destroyed, man. While you guys are all distracted with all of this in America.
It says, use generally a feast and drinking parties that are protracted till late at night and indulge in revelry.
Man, a lot of these go off into that witching hour, where the spirits are extra heavy, between like midnight and like 3 a.m. That's why most clubs close at 3. And then if you're still out past that, I mean, what are you really looking for at that point, you know? Then the Lord are supposed to be out at them hours. If you got to be out at them hours going to work, whatever you do, then do what you do. Or in the comfort of your own home, do what you do. But being out in the public with that energy like that, what are you doing? Drunk and all that, what are you looking for? You're searching for something that you don't really, that you shouldn't be inviting them to yourself. But back onto the
Is that it on that? So go back to the scripture.
It's Romans 13 and 13. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying.
Yep.
But
Strife, because that's also strife and envy, man. You're gonna have many fights.
Yep.
picking these teams is going to create that. Because America has made you choose a side. You gotta be a Cavs fan or a Golden State Warriors fan. You gotta be a Patriots fan. They make you choose a side. Even if you don't like that team, you still gotta choose a side. Well, I like this player, so I'm gonna go with him. And then you chose a side down, you gotta clash with you. You got to. That's what the energy leads to.
And a lot of that shit is rigged too, man.
Yep. Most of it is rigged.
Most of that shit is all rigged. It's entertainment, man. You know? It's no coincidence that he got two teams that symbolize empires of the so-called white people.
Right.
Great England, Great Britain, and the eagle, which represents the Roman Empire. Okay, that's all. Hey, that's spiritual in itself. Okay, Esau is basically finna go. His kingdom is divided. You know, Esau is about to destroy himself. You know, so that's spiritual. That those two teams, the Patriots, and then you got the Eagles. Okay, which the eagle is a symbol of the Roman Empire, or a symbol of Esau, man. You know what I mean? So hey, let's go back, bro.
But put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai, and make not provision.
That smoke is kind of bothering us. Can you give us some space?
And make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Yeah, to fulfill the lust thereof, man. Because these are what? The works of darkness. Okay? And this thing of ours, man, we're disciplined. All right? We walk in a new walk, man. We don't walk as we see the world walk, man. Our walk is after the example of Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, man.
That's right.
Okay? We will walk after how he walked. Okay? So go from there. You had something I did look at. Peter, yeah, what you had? You gonna get it.
Peter chapter, start at 3.
Okay.
Peter chapter 3, I'm gonna start at verse 20. Basically, we're teaching out the Bible. That's basically what this is. We're gathering the people on this side, and not just the people that look like the people on this side, but they have the same spirit of these people. What, are y'all Jewish, Christian? Yes, both of those are called Jews, not Jewish.
Still not like, I still don't understand what y'all are teaching me.
We're teaching the truth about the Bible, that the Bible is only for a chosen people. God only chose a certain people.
The whole Bible or
the whole Bible.
Or is there anything else like the Torah or the?
It's all in the Bible. Everything that's in the Bible. And even the Apocrypha that's in the Bible. The complete version of the Bible that we have on earth today is only for these said people here on the sun. Now, if you have a spirit of these people on the sun, then that's what it is. And you're one of these people. If you do not, regardless what you look like, if you do not, then
How do you find out if you do or do not?
well, the spirit of this resonates with you or not. Most of the people on this side is not going to.
Not for me.
It's for you.
It's for
So
you.
we're going to have a book.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, it's not about skin color. It's just about if the word resonates with you or not. So if you understand what the book is talking about, and it moves you to want to do something about it, something positive through this word about it, then it's for you. If it's not, it's not. Like I said, 2/3 of our people that's on the side, it's not for them. They're the chosen people, but it's not for them. It's only for the elect of these chosen people. That makes sense? The salvation is only for that elect, but it's chosen people, not everybody. Not even all of his own people.
You look like you don't get it.
Right. You still look like you're
You
not
look a
sure.
little confused.
You get it?
No. I mean, I read a little bit of the Bible. I read a little bit of the Old Testament, and I read a little bit of the New Testament, but it wasn't on my own accord.
Right.
I was in jail and I got put in a hole, so I really didn't have any other.
All right. So, you have any questions about the Bible? What
Do y'all
part of the
believe in
Bible does
Jesus?
Yes. People call Jesus we do. Not the way they call him. This is what the Bible describes him to look like. I don't know if you read that or not. If you read it, this is what the Bible describes him to look like. Not that. What the world tells you it looks like.
Right. I'm still a little confused.
Okay, so what are you confused about?
I'm just not a Christian. Half my family is Christian, half my family is Muslim, so I don't like. I'm just interested in different viewpoints. I was just trying to see what y'all are about.
Yeah, we're about the
But I
truth of the Bible.
understand.
Well, let me school you real quick.
Yeah.
Christianity and Islam are both not the way.
Right.
The Bible doesn't teach Islam or Christianity. The Bible is full of laws, statutes, commandments, history, and prophecies. That's all that's in this Bible. This never gave a platform for men to set up religion. This is not a book of religion. Religion is from, I believe it's Latin, religio, which means to bind or restrain. And men came up with the concept of using the Bible to try to control men. And you're not supposed to, that's not the case.
You seen the book?
All right.
You seen the
Okay,
book
I
of
can
Eli?
understand that right there.
Have you seen the book of Eli, the movie? Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Well, basically, you read about the term Christian in the Bible. The term Christian, that started with the Greeks. It originated with the Greek people, because the word Christian is a Greek word. The Greek word is Christianos.
So what does that mean in Greek?
It basically means anointed ones. That's what it means. Now, you had a man named Serapis Christus. He dates back to the Ptolemaic Empire of the Greek Empire, the Ptolemaic dynasty of the Greek Empire. He was a son of Ptolemy Soter I. Well, he was raised up, and they worshipped him like a god, and they coined him the Christ or the Christus.
Yeah, I understand.
So
that.
people were following him, and they were being called Christians because they were worshiping
So
him.
that's where that roots from. 'Cause
That's where that comes from.
Look, I
He
heard
was
that.
not the son of
My
God.
bad, I don't mean to spit out. But hey, I heard that like Jesus Christ story, the one you're talking about, not the one that everyone worships, is told through a bunch of other religions in the Middle East.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is the one you're talking about the one that all those stories originate from?
Of religion, not of the truth of the Bible, but of religion. Because if
I'm just giving you.
I'm talking about the man. I'm not talking about the religion. I'm talking about
Right.
the Bible. I'm talking about the man. Is that man
Yeah,
where all those
we're-
different
we're-
prophecies
Well,
root off of?
all these different nations, they all are talking about a particular man,
Right.
and he's recorded in the scriptures.
Yeah.
But his name being Jesus Christ was never his name.
Right.
I'm telling you the origins of where that name came from. But this particular man that all these other nations stem to understand or know about in history, his name was Yahawashah. And he was a Hebrew. The word Yahawashah is Hebrew, which means he is the deliverer. Who is he the deliverer for? He's the deliverer of the nation of Israel.
So we get a script right quick. Get Matthew 1.
Yeshua of Nazareth or whatever.
Well, Yeshua, that's the Yiddish way of saying his name. His true name is Yahawashah. Yahawashah.
This is Matthew 1 and 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua.
Or Jesus is written in there, right? So you know what we're talking about.
For he shall save his people from their sins.
Because he's come to save his people from their sins. So in his own book, the Bible, he's here to save his people from their sins. Now in other versions of like the Quran and different other books of other religions, it alters that a bit. But most of them refer back to what this is talking about. Because they stemmed it off to give it acceptance to whoever believes in whatever religion that they're pushing. Because everybody knows that this man was a real man upon the earth in history. But now, through religion and Christianity, they've made it into where you're not even sure no more. You're not even sure. You can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want, and he accepts you. You just gotta love him and pay him tithes. Go to church on Sunday or whatever. That's not the truth of what it's all about. And that's what we're talking about, the truth of what it's really
What
all
is the
about.
other side of that concept?
A bunch of religions on false religions.
These are all idols,
Yeah.
false idols.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, y'all. Take care.
It's not, whether he was a confusion of face or not. This ain't for everybody. He was kind of in and out of it.
Yeah.
He was kind of
He
not
had
all
demons
the way.
on him.
Yeah, he had spirits on him.
And I didn't want him to stir up more demons by him hanging around.
Come.
that's
Either
how
way,
it
he
comes.
got told,
Right.
Either way, So yeah, we could go back.
I got this in Peter's. Right, 1 Peter, I'm gonna start up at 3 and 20. It says, which sometime were disobedient when once the long suffering.
Where you at?
1 Peter 3 and 20 is gonna lead into that, to the fourth chapter. But it ties it in. Back at 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 20, it says, which sometime were disobedient when once the long suffering of the Most High waited in the days of Noah while the ark was a preparing, wherein few, that is 8 souls, were saved by water. The like figure unto even baptism do also save us. Now I read that because as the days of Noah before, that's what I was saying, in the days of Noah before, it's the same type of situation happening. We're out here preparing an ark for salvation, like we're modern day Noahs, right? Preparing an ark for salvation, warning the people of what God's about to do to the earth. A mighty killing upon the earth that he's about to go through. While the rest of the world's preparing for it, America's not.
It's Matthew 24 and 38. Matthew 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage.
Same exact thing people are doing right here in America. Especially on a day like today with the Superbowl and everything else going on. Go ahead, bro.
And giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came.
And we try to enter into an ark of protection from Yahweh Shemel Shai, while you people are still out wondering what's going on. And eventually, when the flood comes, when the enemy comes in like a flood, when martial law takes you over, when the mark of the beast chip is implemented upon you as a mandatory part of society, you guys are gonna take it because you didn't listen to Noah or the modern day Noahs, which are us, into salvation. Because this book is gonna guide you to salvation in these times.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
And knew not until the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field.
Matter of fact, and since you brought it up about the Lord basically being long-suffering with us, right now the Lord is actually long-suffering with Israel. While that spiritual ark is being prepared and built up, the Lord's giving that time for our people to return to Him. That's why it says in Isaiah, was that the 55th chapter, seek the Lord while He may be found. All All right, while that day,
It's Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
call upon him while he is near, man. Hey, because the Lord said he's long suffering with us, man. He's not willing that any of his chosen should perish, but shall come back to repentance.
Yep.
So, hey, just like the Lord gave over 100 years for these people to not have an excuse during the time of Noah, it's the same thing all over again. All right, the Lord spoke of a second judgment. It's going to be different from the flood of Noah.
Yep.
All right, the earth was destroyed by a flood of water, but this time he's going to do it differently, man. Okay, and before that day approach, the Lord's giving time. He's actually having mercy right now.
Yep.
He's putting out videos all over the internet and social media. He's got men standing on the corners, all across the four corners of the earth. There's no excuse for you people, especially you Israelites, you Jakes out there, that hear this word and still don't do it. Because you're so wrapped up in the world where you're going to get destroyed with this current world. And I don't mean the earth, I mean the society world of what's going on. The mind state that the so-called white man rules and perpetuates the wickedness. That's all going to be destroyed.
That's right.
More on this?
And that's why it says make no tarrying to return to the Lord, man. You know, because you can put it off every day, and you think in yourself, well, you know, every day continue the way it is. I'll do what I do. The Lord ain't destroyed me. You know, you might justify, you know, your own wicked ways. You know, what you think is right in your eyes, and you continue on day to day in that mentality until what? Until that day that come upon you out of nowhere, man.
Yep.
The Lord meet your ass with a final destination.
Yep.
Okay, that's what the Lord. That's what He's gonna do to you people, man. Okay.
I think he was there more on any other?
No, he was done with that.
Right?
Go back to
yeah.
Peter.
Yeah, I'm gonna start back at 20. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 20 says, which now it gives the context more. It says, which sometimes were disobedient when once the long suffering of the Most High waited in the days of Noah.
Hey, if the Lord didn't have patience with us, you know, like He did before, we'd all be destroyed.
Yep.
He destroyed us back with Hosea, man.
Yeah,
Way back when.
He would have destroyed us, man. So the Lord had to have patience with us to give us that grace, that time period of us returning back to Him.
Right.
Okay, so that's where we at, man. But those doors of mercy are getting ready to shut.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead,
It says, while the ark was a preparing, wherein few, that is, 8 souls were saved by water.
Yeah.
The like figure, talking about Yahweh Shai, whereunto even baptism do also now save us, not the putting away of the filth of the flesh, but the answer of a good conscience toward the Most High.
A good conscience toward the Most High, man. Okay?
You can't get rid of this flesh, this filthy flesh, but if we have a good conscience toward the Most High, that's what we'll be saved in.
Right.
That good conscience will be based in faith and good works. It says, by the resurrection of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. It says, who is gone into heaven and is on the right hand of the Most High, angels and authorities and powers being made subject unto him. For as much as Yahweh Shai has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin.
Yeah, meaning you afflict yourself from all those different desires and temptations that'll lead you to your death.
Yeah.
Right.
As long as you follow in the Spirit and you following after the Lord, you won't fall into the temptations, man.
Right.
Okay. You care about the will of the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
That's the only thing you're focused on when you come into this truth, this ministry, man.
And he didn't have time for no BS when Yahweh Shai was on the scene. He was like, man, I'm about my Father's business, man. I gotta get this done. I gotta gather this knowledge, information, wisdom, and understanding, and then I gotta go out and push it. Paul was the same way.
Read that again.
Yeah, it says, 1 Peter 4:1, it says, for as much then as Yahweh Shai has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind.
Yeah, he suffered in the flesh. You don't think Yahweh Shai had desires, man?
Right.
But he actually he didn't fulfill that,
Right,
man.
he fought them demons off.
You know, he fought it off, man. He fought that good fight. All right. He finished the faith, man. Okay. You don't think he had an urge for women? He was in the flesh. But did he deal with women? No, he didn't. Not to say that if you have a woman or you deal with women, you're going off. No, there's no sin in that. But he was bound to the will of his father.
Right.
So he didn't even have room or time to fulfill his pleasures, man. He didn't even have time for it.
Yeah. Too busy.
He was too busy, man. Go ahead,
It says, for he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men,
To the lust of men,
but to the will of the Most High
but
God.
to the will of the Most High. Because what's the lust of men? What do men have great desire of? Adultery, or popping other men's wives or women. All right, men like to get high all the damn time, or dabbling in drugs, popping pills, covetousness. They got a desire of things that belong to others that they're willing to steal and kill for it. Okay, yeah. You know, they covet after money. You know, that's why these niggas gonna be making bets tonight, man.
Gluttony.
Because of their love of what? Of money. The love of money is the root of all evil, man.
Right.
You do a lot of wickedness because of money. But that's one of the desires of men. Okay?
It's sad because a lot of the money comes from the lust of a woman.
Yeah.
A woman that's not on your level, or not, you're not on the level of them, so to speak. You know, I hate to say it that way, because men are supposed to be above women in the total pole of things, but men desire a woman that they shouldn't even be dealing with. This woman is all about glamming her and herself, and you're all about, you know, about trying to being about the Lord's ministry, then that woman is not for you.
Right.
You gotta know what you're about and what you need. That's why the scripture says desire not a woman for beauty, but a lot of men will desire this money and love this money to get the type of woman that they feel that they want versus what they need.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just one of the many lusts, man.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I believe Galatians 5 has it all mapped out too. All the different lusts, all the different lusts of men. You know, and if you're doing these things, then you know you're in gross darkness, man.
Right.
And you got to repent from that, man. Fight those demons off. All right, go ahead.
This is Galatians 5 and 16. Then I say walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Go ahead.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh.
Yep.
And these are contrary the one to the other.
Yeah, it's a battle.
Yeah.
You know, your body wants pleasure, but your spirit wants restraint. Your spirit wants to actually do right, man.
And if I say, these are the teams that you should be choosing from. But you should be choosing the spirit. That's the right team to choose. That's the team of the Most High. That's what he's dealing with. That's what the Lord is dealing with. But a lot of our people choose the flesh. So they'll do the things of the flesh, like it's going to list.
So, I'm going to start back to 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Yep.
And that's why you think Apostle Paul said it in Romans the 7th chapter,
Got
man.
it right
Get it.
there. Got it. This Romans 7.
Because with word and real, I can never quote it, but it was
Yeah.
beautiful I said.
This Romans 7.
Because we all in the flesh, so we all are battling, man.
Done.
We get urges too, but sometimes you gotta pray for the spirit, man, to be upon you to fight that energy, man.
If it's not difficult, if it's not difficult for you, then you already lost. This should be a difficult battle that you got to fight daily, shit, hourly, minutely, you know,
Right. But-
thought to thought.
But Yahweh Shai said he ain't gonna make a temptation that you can't get out of, you know?
Right, but you can't deal with it.
That you can't deal with. So you gotta fight the fight. This Romans 7 and 7 and 13. Was then that which is good made death unto me, that I would forbid. But sin,
Hey, because he's saying it's good to my flesh. It's good to me because it's good to my flesh. Is that made sin unto me? The Most High forbid. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose was a boundary. You got to know where your boundary is at. That's why the law was done. It was for a boundary. But you particularly talking about the law right there.
But sin, that it might appear sin, worketh death in me by that which is good. That sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that I do.
Yeah, what I would want to do according to the Spirit, I do not. But that I would do, that I hate. I do what I hate. I sin because I'm caught up in this battle of the flesh. But we're still trying to strive to be of the Spirit, to walk in the Spirit. And it's even more evident in a world like this. Because you go to a restaurant, go to a Superbowl party, get drunk, lose all your money.
Oh, all shit could go down, especially in this town.
Yeah, in this town,
anything. If we wasn't men of the Lord, we was out here in the same mentality of these people out here, man. There's no telling what we can get involved with tonight.
You could have showed up to this town, $100,000 in your pocket, a bad chick on your arm, and a hotel room, and a brand new car. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you could be in the hotel room or in a hallway of somewhere you don't know,
alley,
bleeding out your ass, just broke. Chick gone.
Look at the movie Hangover. All those movies.
Yeah.
That's real. People come here rich and end up broke or dead in hours.
And the sad part is that movies like that make you want to be in that. People love that movie because they want to go through that whole night like that. I ran into Mike Tyson. He had me in a strip club. I damn near got attacked by a lion. I lost teeth. I got tattoos and man, crazy shit, man. Stuff we ain't even supposed to be involved in.
But they don't realize that the end of the movie might turn out good, but you could be dead. Like this
jail.
Is jail, prison, held by a cartel or something.
Yep.
It's a number of things that can happen into you.
You can meet your final destination in, like the brother said earlier.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, if then, the 16, if then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good.
Yep.
Now then, it is no more me. Then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
Yep.
Yeah, because our flesh, it doesn't know the difference between good and evil. Your spirit is what knows the difference, man.
Yep.
All right? Your body just do whatever feels right for it.
Yep.
All right? Is it a good thing to put drugs in your body? No. But your body likes that shit. And he wants you, he condones if you keep doing it.
Yep.
But all you're doing is abusing yourself, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Keeping your body farther away from your spirit ruling.
Yeah.
That's the point, is for your spirit to rule your body. That's how you get the victory.
Yeah. And these people tonight, man, they gonna be in the flesh. That's why you're gonna hear about a lot of fights. People got killed, put to death, or shot at a Super Bowl party.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You probably gonna see a few World Star hip hop videos. A fight party, having a brawl, bunch of nigga women going wild and shit, bunch of niggas, a bunch of demons, man. You know what I mean? So go back to who was your man?
The Bible says, for the time will come
Galatians,
when they will not endure sound doctrine,
Galatians 5.
Here come the Serapis fanatics, Serapis demons.
Galatians 5 and 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not
and
fulfill
to
the lust
turn their
of the
ears from
flesh.
the truth,
For the flesh
and
left
shall be
against the
turned
Spirit,
unto
and the
fable.
Spirit against the flesh.